Bonsoir guys! Sunday saw round 2 of the Neo RC Super Sunday Series hosted by Ignition Raceway. I raced both my Mardave Hot Hatch or Hot Rod, depends which way we go. Where do we think on this? Is it a Hot Hatch? Is it a Hot Rod? Somebody decide. Decide please. Put a comment. Is it a Hot Hatch? Hot Rod? Where are we going with this? I think they should be Hot Hatches because they're all based on hot hatches. And what do I know? And I also raced on the same day my brand spanking new Mardave Carbon Mini, but we'll get into that later. We're going to talk about the Hot Hatch first. So this is my Carbon Mardave Hot Hatch. We're going with Hot Hatch. I'm going with Hot Hatches. It's running a Satan 20. It's got a Ultra Circuit HR3 ESC. I run all Futaba receivers and stuff, and it's actually got a Futaba SU300 servo in. Well, whatever that means. I'm also running actually, here's a change. I'm normally running the Pro Grip medians on the rear of all my cars, but because I was running 2 cars on the day and I wanted to save a set for the Mini just in case I was having some problems, I actually started today running Contact 37s, and I finished the day running, these are Contact 40s because I'm really sad and I write what they are on the inside. And the car seemed great all day, so take that as you will. It's a silver standard spring at the back, and I'm on the side because I'm running the side mount, the side pod upgrade, change, whatever you want to call it. I'm running the black springs on these, which again, not 100% sure how it affects the handling and stuff. Now on the front I'm running Contact 50s, and I know for a fact that I'm running a red. Do you know what? I'm not anymore. I've changed from a red spring to a yellow spring, and the reason is I wanted a little bit more mechanical grip. So the yellow spring has just softened the front end a little bit, but not too much. So I'm still generating plenty of understeer, but I wanted a bit more front end grip. When I was running it with the red springs, I felt as though I was just pushing too far wide in the corners. Not that I'm perfect or anything, it's just what I was finding with my experience. Qualifying with this, to be perfectly honest, was a bit boring. It was so well dialed in and predictable. I was hitting my laps every single time. So to be perfectly honest, all my qualifyings bar one, so there was 4 qualifyings, and across 3 qualies I did 33 laps, which is good for me. I think I've got more in me, but I need either a better motor or to work on getting the motor to go a bit faster. So the car itself was really well dialed. 33 laps then across 3 qualifying heats. Averaging, give or take, was about 9.16. Never quite broke sub 8 seconds for the average across any of the qualifyings, but my best, I did have at least 1 or maybe 2 or 3 laps in each qualifying that was sub 9 seconds. So, but my best one overall was an 8.77. So that's really good and consistent for me with this. So I'm dead happy with the Mardave Carbon. This is really good. Although I was chatting away with one of the team drivers, and he mentioned that I'm not running the side brace on the side of the car, and he asked why, and because the actual car did come with the side brace, and the whole reason I got the Carbon Mini was to try to add a little bit of stiffness, but with lightness in mind. So I said, if this should be stiffer than an ordinary GRP chassis anyway, which I think those side braces, the idea is to try to stiffen the chassis up. I just don't think the carbon fibre needs it. But that's one man's point of view, and I've got very limited experience with saying that. So, you know, take that advice or take that as what I'm doing, but it's not a hard and fast rule or anything. It's just how I found the car sets up well. Other than that, ran like a dream, and let's get into how we got on with the finals. So here we are, finally lining up now for the A final of the hot rod first leg. We've got Matt Blowers on pole in the green car, followed by Andy Logwick in the first of the Illuminous orange cars, then Jamie in the second Illuminous car, little old me in the blue Peril, and we've got Adams bringing up the rear, and we're off. Ooh, little love tap there, shunt me out of the way, but that's fine. It's okay. It's a long race. It's 6 laps. And it always takes me a couple of laps to get into the swing of things. And I like starting from the back. That way, if I do beat everybody or anybody, it's them that threw it away, not me. I've got to admit, I do like driving the hot rod. I've said it many times. It just seems to go where I want it to do. And I'm already happily catching Mark back up again. Let's see whether or not we can apply some pressure. That chicane, I am slow through that chicane in comparison to others, but just hit the apex right on a few corners and I'm right with him. Now Mark always does come with an excuse to these sort of events. He could be suffering from liquor mortis from the night before, but you've still got to race the car, Mark. See, I let him drift a bit, get away from me a little bit there, but if just 2 or 3 corners, hit the right apex and the right line, and I was back with him. Oh, that's not helped. Sorry about that, Matt. Technically, I was staying out of the way, so I waited for the next 2 to come through. Ooh, but I think I might have thrown Matt off his game a bit there, because he stuffed it in that corner. That's definitely given Mark an opportunity to very much close the gap on me. He's going to put almost a full lap on me. Now it's a cracking drive in fairness now from Matt Blowers, because I think he's definitely in last place. Focused face there of a sponsored Team Mardave driver. Ooh, I don't know if you saw that, he just nipped through on the inside. So I'll make sure I get out of his way now. Like I say, I drift wide, easy up the inside. Now Mark's coming up to put a lap on me, so I don't really want him to do that, but he's a faster car. But he's had a bit of a snafu there, so that's allowed me to pull away again. Chatting with Mark later on after the event, and he said to me he watches the videos and he's actually frightened of the snafu. You just never know when that monster's going to come out and grab you. Bit of a lonely drive now. So I am in last place, but do I want to be in first place of a B final or last place of an A final? Not sure. As I say, the car was really consistent. I think this is the bit that has put me in this final. It's not necessarily the fact that it's the fastest car, but I can just be so consistent with it. Couple of glimpses there of Matt Blowers' car. He's flying. I think he's up to second now. So from hitting me and ending up in last place, I think he's all the way up to second, and they're all about to put a lap on me. I think that's Andy Lodwick there that's coming up on behind me now. Try to find a good place to move over and let him pass. I think it'll be this one. Yeah, and Matt as well. So just drift wide on the corner. Ferocious battle there from Matt Blowers in the... Not about following me, you should be following that race. But they should start their own channel, shouldn't they? They want focusing. We're back on me. So we're moseying on around in last place. I've got to admit, it's a bit uneventful, this one. cracking day, but it is hectic running 2 cars and trying to swap tyres in between and work out which race you're in and make sure you're putting the right battery in. There was a few races that were running both mini and hot hatch categories, and I think two cars ended up having to pull out because they put used batteries back in one of the cars. So you do have to be super organised if you're running 2 categories on the same day. It does make the day go quick though. Halfway through qualifying, it was like 1 o'clock already. It was like, where's the morning gone? As with the previous Neo, it was a top day. There were loads of giggles. It's good to catch up with some races that you don't see very often. Not part of the usual Thursday night crew. Speaking of crew, none of those lads took the time to travel up, so if anybody's watching that's in crew, come on, get booked in for the next one. The more the merrier. And in fairness, I need to go and spend a Friday night down there. And that's it. That's the race over. So we're just steady last place. Jamie there saluting the camera. And thank you. Thanks, Noah. I'm in the car. And off we go. So steady last place there. So it's all to do in the final. The final.
Did you hear that, everybody? I'm on pole. Why am I on pole?
So this is leg 2 of the Hot Hatch A final. Now remember, we're doing something a bit different for the Neo Super Sunday series. We run leg 2 in reverse order of your race 1 positions. So whatever you came in the first final, it's reversed, which gives me a huge advantage because therefore, if I came last in that one, I'm starting on pole in this one. So you're all going to have to work very hard. This is going to be the widest hot hatch you've ever seen in your life.
This is how it works. It's a spaced out.
Specially fitted some custom Mardave Bodicias to the wheels. When we're going to take no prisoners. Usual rostrum banter there. There he is, king of the hard arms at the end. Oh, yeah, he's pointing stuff out. Yeah. Good bit of pressure from Jamie in this one. So from Paul, let's see how we can get on here. Good steady start. That's the benefit of the reverse grid. We space everybody out a bit as well, so there's not really too much pressure into the first couple of corners, as long as you just don't crash on your own. And I am off. Ooh, Mark's had another bit of a snafu there in a barrier. Caught my attention. Like a coiled spring there was shown. Mr. DDR Racing going rescuing him. I don't know, is it me? My car just looks a bit quicker this time round. The magic squirt from the WD-40 doing its magic in the motor, and we are off. Hitting some nice lines as well. Just that hurt the S-bend there. If I could just get the timing right with that. There's a good half a second there. Now, that's second and third gaining on me, but I know they're quicker in the back of my head, but I'm leading, so I'm first on track, so I do not have to give way. So they got... Oh, no. Alright. Now I didn't have to give way. Oh, go on, Bren. No, yeah. So I didn't technically give way, I just drifted wide, and that is the difference in calibre of driver. Both Matt and Sean, very, very good drivers. I don't know who Sean is, I mean Andy. So that leaves me now in third place with them two battling, and to be honest, I'm hoping if they have a bit of a snafu themselves and are coming together, then, you know, that's all gravy for me. I can happily pick up the pieces.
2, 4, 3, 5.
So you just wide through that chicane. I don't know why. I really seem to struggle with it with the line. And then you seem to get it right. Just not consistent with that one corner. Quick flash there you saw was the yellow car of Jamie. Now, he was definitely starting to come on stronger now. I'm the hunting legend that is Mark, team captain of Team Chuckles. This car went, I wouldn't say slow, but just didn't seem quick. So I was definitely gaining on Mark here. But this is to come and put a lap on you. So we're not fighting for position there. Lovely move, Mark. Thank you very much. The other difference with this final, or with the reverse grade, it's instead of a 6-minute final, this one's back to a 5. So I've got to admit, I'm still in third place and thinking, come on, the bell can't come quick enough. It's Matt Blowers, going to lead car, going to put a lap on me.
Bottom open.
Yeah, out of the way properly this time, Brem.
Yeah.
And that'll be Andy Lodwick then chasing me down for the second time. Is it close enough yet? I'll drift wide at the bottom hairpin. Nope, it'll be this next one.
Yeah.
Drifting wide has put some slow laps in for me, so I think that's Jamie closing again. Although Andy had a bit of a problem there, so I ended up closing back up on him. Well, I'm sandwiched by the Illuminous brothers. Jamie's definitely hunting me down now. The bell can't come fast enough. If you catch a glimpse, there's a face of focus on the bloke on my right hand side, and that'll be Jamie. His tongue will be in the side of his cheek with the level of concentration. Oh, he's catching me again. Oof. He knew he were getting me then. He knew he were going to get me. So, third place, that's a good result. Happy days with that.
No, it don't.
So overall, for the hot hatch for the Super Sunday Series, that put me 4th overall and leaves me 3rd place overall in the championship. So a good day's work in the hot hatch. Good day's work. Right, let's go and get the mini prepped. So yeah, 3rd overall in the championship standings after 2 rounds. Now there's 4 rounds that count, so whether that'll stay that way, I think some better racers than me are making murmurs and rumbles and rumours that they might be running 2 categories, or they might switch from mini to hot hatch if the minis aren't quite handling how they like it in the overall series. So we'll hang on with our fingernails, and but for the time being, 3rd place is 3rd place, so I'm quite happy with that. Thanks for watching, and look out for the next instalment, which will be the uber competitive mini, and I'll run through some settings and changes that I've made to this to get it to drive a bit better for me. Toodle pip, people.